48 and 49, they were open summers only. They went to school in the winter. My dad became a CPA and my mother became a teacher in 1950, and they decided that Superdawg was more fun than teaching or accounting. So they never practiced accounting or taught. Instead, they ran Superdawg from 1948 on. This is our 65th year.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, when they started Superdawg, was it, in 1948, was it called Superdawg?
It was. It was called Superdawg Drive-In. They thought it was a great idea to have that super great. They didn't want to just call it great hot dog, so they wanted something greater than great, so they said Superdawg.
Sure.
They thought of a
how about stupendous dog?
Well, that could have been good. And well, they were superheroes, and they thought, well, they didn't want to bump into Superman,
right?
So they put him in a Tarzan outfit, which you'll see on the roof, 12 feet tall in Chicago, 15 feet tall here in Wheeling. And because every dog must have his mate, as my dad says, and my mother, of course, is my dad's all-time, lifetime mate. The ballerina Superdawg is looking lovingly at the Tarzan Superman dog on the roof, 15 feet tall there, and they bend toward each other as hot dogs do, and you'll notice their eyes wink, but they don't just wink in a crazy pattern as some people think. They actually wink at each other. So it is the eye toward each other that is winking.
Wow.
Hers blue, his red.
Everything you wanted to know. Everybody's looking up there right now. Yes, they're all squinting up there to see. Now, the location on Devon Avenue, or just off of Devon. Well, no, are you technically in Milwaukee?
Milwaukee Avenue.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny that you're on Milwaukee Avenue here in Wheeling.
We are.
Right? Was that the first location?
That was, and that building is actually the historic original building that my parents built, cinder block building. 12 by 25 is the original building, and that's the original kitchen. And we expanded from there, and my parents first rented the lot and then bought 7 consecutive lots. My parents are 87 years old and healthy and happy. And
God bless them. That's great. Well, the drive-in here is fabulous. It really is nice, and it kind of mimics the look of what you have on Devon and Milwaukee over there.
It does.
A little bit larger, obviously.
When we talked to the architect about building this, we wanted it to look like Superdawg Chicago, but we knew that it was going to be newer, bigger, so we wanted to not only have traffic flow itself. In Chicago, many people know me as the guy that directs traffic on the parking lot,
right.
Because the lot is so small. So this lot is 91 parking spaces, so it's much larger. And we say it's sort of like a Jetsons idea, a futuristic idea of what a retro drive-in would be. So it is both futuristic and retro at the same time.
And you're open 7 days a week?
7 days a week, 11 in the morning every day. We close at 1 in the morning on weeknights and 2 in the morning on weekends.
Well, if you've never been to Superdawg, you need to come to it because it is an experience. And tell me about that green relic.
Everything we have at Superdawg is made for us. The Superdogs themselves are our recipe made specially for us. Choice cuts, extra time in the smokehouse, extra garlic, sized correctly, 6 to the pound. Most hot dogs are 9 or 10 or 11 to the pound. Ours are heavier. Even our mustard, our relish, our onions, our pickle, everything is made for us. And that relish is a sweet pickle relish. And the green color is not a coloration. It is just a lot of sugar. So it's very sweet relish. And that's what gives it that color and brings out the color.
And these, of course, are low calorie.
Oh, yeah. Everything's very low calorie.
His parents are 87 years old.
Right. It's like
healthy.
Right, exactly.
Very healthy.
And have been eating Superdogs all their life.
Every day of their lives. They eat one, I eat one, sometimes 2, 3.
I'll take another Superdawg, please!
We eat Superdogs all the time. Family dinners are Superdogs, too.
Can I ask you what a whoopski dog is?
The whoopski dog is one of our newer inventions that is only 30 years old instead of 65 years old. It's our version.
It'll never make it.
Of a Polish, Hungarian, Romanian sausage. So it's not a Polish, it's all beef. It's a coarser ground than a Superdawg, also made specially for us. Extra time in the smokehouse beyond a Superdawg. Extra garlic and spices. Charbroiled and served on an onion bun that is specially made for us by Highland Bakery. So it is a great and heavy dog, quarter pound.
When you made it, was it a mistake? And you say, whoops?
No, it was actually named by a friend of mine, Stuart Rosenbush. He said, well, now that you're going to have a Polish-like hot dog, you should name it with something large, and our Whooper Cheesy is our double cheeseburger, so it's a Whooper Cheesy. So he said, Whoopski. So we said, that's a great name, that'll be it. And we named it the Whoopski Dog, having a Polish sound and simultaneously a large sound.
It's an odd thing when you're all sitting around the table, right?
Oh, yeah.
What are we going to call it? And the young lady over here that's filming, this is your daughter, third generation in the business?
My daughter, Laura, third generation. She manages here our Wheeling location.
Very
We
nice.
do everything as a family. My mom and dad, my sister Lisa, my brother-in-law Don, my wife Terry, my daughter Laura. We're all in the business together. We all do bookwork together. We all meet at the dining room table. We have a meeting every couple of days, actually, and on the phone all the time. And everything is done by group. Although, I should say that when we do vote, sometimes we will all vote, and my dad says, I don't care what you are all voting, I'm deciding this way. And my dad is always the ultimate boss.
Right. That is democracy in action.
That's
I
right.
like that. Scott Berman with Superdawg, thank you so much for having us and hosting us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
They are delicious. 8:30